Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Backpack Trader Training Room crude oil inventory report session for Wednesday, December 17th. The report has just come out. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It's not financial advice. Trade your charts, not mine. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds you can afford to do without. All right, the markups are not on the charts this morning. I apologize for that. Something strange going on getting in here, but we've gone too far on that long trade, so we'll wait our 2 minutes. So minimal, if any, reaction to the report. Another 35 seconds till we can take trades. That one has stopped out. It's like we've not had an overbought reading, so we're not going to get a short. We could get a long off the 20 SMA if we go back up from here. Unleaded, that's a get in sync trade. Yeah, that's right around that's a reaction trade, so I'm going to look for a new setup on that. It's the only chart with my markers still on it. I will look for a new setup there. I'm not going to take a reaction trade. I got a little bit more reaction there. Went from and back down to the 200 EMA. So we'll see where it goes from there. But I'm not, as I say, not going to take that trade. All right, we can take trades now. Nothing at the moment. The short trade did cancel on 377 tick counterpunch in the lower left. Unleaded upper left. We'll wait for a new setup there, and we are flat on crude and on the right. Crude spotlight crude on the right. All right, yeah, we got a little bit of same thing there. Just got 56.18 down to this 200 EMA right at $56. A little bit of a reaction, but not much. See where it's going to go from here. No trades yet. All right, long setup on the 377 tick. 55.92, that just triggered in. Money management at 56.02. Target at 56.04. 12 ticks. And it pushed down too far beyond the long trade was successful, so the oversold indication reading is canceled. We've got no overbought or oversold readings since then. Almost got to overbought, but not quite. So we're looking for anything off of the moving averages in Spotlight. Knew something looked a little strange there on the unleaded chart. Taking heat now on the long. Actually, yeah, taking heat on the long. Full risk still on the trade. 55.79 for the stop. Still same. And looks like we are going to stop out. Yep, we stopped out on the 377 ticks. That is a risk of 13, loss of 26. Unleaded, still in the short trade that I'm not going to participate in. Pound Aussie trade that we were looking at in the morning session looks like it should have gone through all four targets. All right, targets 3 and 4, and trailing at 204 now. So nicely successful trade there for the morning session. There, markup lines. Just hadn't shown up earlier. So yeah, that's pretty much the extent of it. Not much range this morning from the report itself. So that was the markup. Nothing new. There's a new short on the 377. see, we got a drift down, looks like, on the, and there's a possible long. Long hits the entry, touches the entry, so that is our trade. Unleaded still is going sideways. Still no overbought or oversold readings for Spotlight Crude. Now we are in amongst the moving averages, so down move from here will get us probably get us a short trade. We're going to have to go up beyond them to come back down, swing back up to get go up beyond, pull back, and then go up again to get a long trade. Heck, just about got oversold here. Minus 0.371. And then it started going back up, so lost that. Almost got an oversold to get us a long trade, but didn't quite get there. There is our first down bar. That will get us a trade if we get two more down bars. All right. Not quite getting the money management on the 377 tick. Taking some heat now. Still just going back and forth on unleaded. No trades on spotlight. This is a yawner. All right, third bar. 581. So possible short setup at 69. $97 for the stop. And it pushed up, so 73 now for the possible entry. Yep. I might push that down to 72 because of that swing. We'll get the trade off the 20 SMA regardless. It looks like we got, yep, we got up to 84. So that plotted is going to be at 74, which is that prior swing low. I'm going to use 72. I want to make sure it breaks that 70 down below 74. And now we head back up. So much for that trade. We still could get the trade. We've got the exhaustion dots. Down close would still give us a short. Now it's 79 with the 97 entry. We've already got another swing to 79 and a swing to 74. That becomes a very small trade. 78 is about as much as I would want to adjust that. Trade's getting small, so only one tick. Okay, looks like we pushed up to 90. We could still put the entry at 79. Yep. Still in the long trade on the 377 tick, oscillating around the entry at 86. 96 is our money management, 98 for target. Stop at 72. And unleaded, still doing the same. Back and forth around the entry, but that's, as I said, that was a reaction trade, and I'm not interested in it. Especially given this, after what we've seen, it's going sideways. And it would have been a good size trade, but good size based on the reaction. That's not what the price action that we want to be involved in. Pound Aussie turning into a really nice trailer on this one. And there is a winning trade on the 377 tick. Stock comes up to 92, and we can get our 12 tick target. So that's going to be, let's see, we said 13, we're down 26, so still down 14. We got 6 on the trailer so far. We'll have to get up to $56 on the trailer for break even, which we're going to end up with a stop at 55.9 or 56.03. So yeah, well, 03 is where we'll need to get to on the trailer to get positive on the 377 tick. This is second trade number 2. And we're at 11 o'clock. I'm not going to look to take any trades on unleaded. And since we have no trades on the spotlight crude, I would say same thing there. We'll see where this trade goes on the 377, but no trades on either spotlight chart, unleaded or crude. Now we do have an overbought indicator. We could get a short on crude. But there again, I'm not going to try to take a trade at this point after 11 o'clock with basically no action unless you have an 11 a.m. crude mini session that you can trade. All right, we're at 377 tick. Trailers at 99. All right, we are at 03 with the signal line. We need to get the signal line up to 05 to get the stop to 03, which would get us to positive. Yeah, we hit 01 a couple of times. But this will get us to -1. Okay. Yeah, there we go. 5603. That's going to be positive. So we'll be a tick or two, at least 3 ticks positive, actually. Crude pushing up. So no trade sessions for unleaded and spotlight. Unleaded, spotlight crude. 377 tick counterpunch is now up at 04. Going to be at least 4 ticks positive. And we stop out at 04, so that ends the session. 4 ticks positive on the 377 tick counterpunch. No trades on spotlight crude or spotlight unleaded. Questions or comments? Please do feel free to ask questions or open discussion. Pound Aussie stops out at 248. That makes for a nice trailer. Our entry was at 171. I forget what the targets were, 17 and something for target 4. $71 to 48. 77 pips on the trailer alone. 34 and probably another 45 or so. So call it 80 on targets and 77, so 150, 160 pips on that trade this morning. Just took a while to work itself out. All right, that will do it then. I'll call that a session, and we will see everybody tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the last session of the week. It will be my last session for actually 3 weeks. My next session after tomorrow will be 3 weeks from tomorrow. I will be traveling for Christmas and New Year's. So we'll see everybody tomorrow at 9:30.